Hey everybody, it's Jovi from GiFTgive, and today I'm going to go through our GiFTgive 101 series. What this GiFTgive 101 training course is a pretty comprehensive training session on GiFTgive, what GiFTgive's all about, the features, how you set it up, things like that. So let's dive right into it. It takes about an hour, so let's get rolling. First off, let's talk a little bit about what is GiFTgive. GiFTgive is a platform on the internet that allows nonprofits and schools and hospitals and any type of nonprofit basically to put their needs up there and display those needs, market those needs to their donors, and have their donors fulfill those needs. The thing that makes GiFTgive a little bit differently is we give donors a choice. We allow the nonprofits to put up not just a cash button so they can grab cash. You can do that, but it's more than that. You put up your specific needs. You can pick needs from Amazon. If you have other needs that aren't on Amazon, you can create those kind of needs. And then donors can pick exactly what they want to donate to. And it gives them a more fulfilling experience because they know where their donation dollar is going. So one other thing about GiFTgive that's important to note, and you've probably already seen this, but our pricing, we have multiple pricing levels, the Essentials, Plus, and then GiFTgive for Schools. Basically, the differences between Essentials and Plus, a little bit more of a cost for Plus, but you get a whole lot more features. And if you go to our pricing page, you can see all the features here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every one of the features in GiFTgive. And if you sign on and you have an Essentials account, some of those may not be available, and I'll try to go through those in our training session. So, with that being said, let's get started. I always like to start with the public side of things, or the side that the donors see. And a lot of donors could come in from this browse page where they can browse the nonprofits. This is our test environment, so you'll see a lot of different test nonprofits that we've put up. They can also, donors can look at needs, featured needs, ending soonest, closest to the goal. But let's go into a nonprofit. So I want to talk about three important levels of GiFTgive. Number one, the nonprofit itself, the school, the church, the hospital, they'll have their own page, and there's settings associated with each nonprofit. And there's also folks that can come in and set up that nonprofit. After that, the really important thing is needs. Needs you can create, like I told you before, needs from Amazon. You can create needs from just needs that you can think up. Maybe you want to do a person's salary. Maybe you want to sell t-shirts for $100 a piece, or do a capital campaign with bricks. Or you can really do anything you want. Services like carpet for a bridal room, really any kind of need you can create. And I'll go through that and how to set those up in a second. So the other part of needs is something we call campaigns. And campaigns are completely, they're not required for you to set up or to use, but what a campaign is it's a time-based collection of needs. So let's say in the case of schools, they use these quite a bit for the different grades. First grade will have its own campaign and its own needs. Second grade will have its own campaign and own needs. And at every level, at the nonprofit level, at the campaign level, and at the need level, there's a landing page for folks to go to and donate. So it's very easy. Once you get it set up and get going with it, you can kind of think about, what the big things that you need, what campaigns, and then you can go from there. So let's show this. This is our public page for the nonprofit. You'll see here the nonprofit name and logo up here. And we can also do a color scheme if you've got primary and secondary colors. This is what we call an attention getter. And it's really 2 or 3 sentences on why your nonprofit is important. And you'll use a name and attention getter at every level, at nonprofit, at the need, and at the campaign level. Over here to the right-hand side are some share buttons where you or your donors can share this to your social platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, Tumblr, or you can email it. And then there's some categories here that just very easily let the donors know, what this nonprofit's all about. This one's obviously for children and youth, so you'll see some of the ones we've set up here. There's a slideshow. You'll be able to upload videos. You'll be able to upload images, use remote images if you've got some on your own site or on a Flickr site. And you can use videos from YouTube or Vimeo. And if you put a bunch of them up here, we'll play them in a slideshow. And then when you get to a video, you can stop, and the donors can play the video. And there you go.
Greetings. This is Meg.
To the right-hand side here for the nonprofit, you'll see how much has been donated so far to this nonprofit, and then how many needs are available for donations. Just an information panel there. If you have a general cash button, which is you can do needs, but you can also do just one big button that says donate to our general cash fund. That'll be here as well. And I'll show you that in a second. Recent donations. This is just a way for you to show momentum. I always like to say that if folks walk by a restaurant and the restaurant's empty, they're not necessarily going to walk in and try the food. And we try that. We try to help with that kind of mentality here. With if folks go to a page and don't see that there's any donations, they may not donate. So that's why we put the donations here front and center. It's also a good way for donors to feel appreciated for what they've done. A little further down is the needs. With all of our views, donors can pick whether they want a tile view, whether they want a list view, how they want the sorting. But we also show here how many needs have been fulfilled for your nonprofit. And if the donors want to look at those, they can click that, and we'll show here some of the needs that have been fulfilled. So again, we're giving the donors as much information as possible. Beneath the donations is the story. You can tell a really long story about your nonprofit, what you're all about, put some more details in it. We'll also put the area that you're located in with city and state. And then if you've got a website of your own, you can put that here, and it helps with link backs so donors can click on it and get more information. It also helps with search engine optimization and helps you increase your Google search score with the more links that you have. So it's a real helpful small thing. And then lastly on this page, campaigns. Any campaigns that you've set up that are currently open for donations will be listed here, and then they can sort just like they could before. This shows a little bit about them. Folks can click into them, and then from there they can see all the needs for that. Let's click into one and see if there's any needs in that guy. Okay, so one last thing I forgot to tell you here is you'll notice this custom landing page site. You can customize whatever you want to put here for this landing page for your nonprofit. You can also do that for campaigns. So when we click in this campaign, you'll see it's got adopted school teachers as its landing page. Just a nice visual, textural way for you to represent what page that your donors will be going to. And you can cut and paste this in a flyer. You can cut and paste this into an email, anything you want to do. And it just a little bit easier than a bunch of numbers and text that may not mean anything. So it's a customized URL for your nonprofit and your campaigns. So when we come here and we look at campaigns, this is the campaign landing page. Again, you'll see name, you'll see the attention getter, you'll see what nonprofit this is for, sharing again up here, and the category. You can pick different categories for campaigns than you had on your nonprofit, so that's pretty helpful. Again, the slideshow, same setup as before. You can put images, video. To the right hand side, information about how much has been donated, how many needs are available, how long is left in the campaign. Campaigns have a start and end date just like needs, so they'll have a start and end date there. And the last thing, if you have a general cash button, you can also have one for campaigns, and that would be here underneath. It's a big green button that you would see. Again, you'll notice the donations. The needs are all here as well, just like you saw there, but these are just the needs associated with this campaign. The needs on the nonprofit page are all the needs that are open and available for donations. Community is really cool. This is where your donors can start to talk about your campaigns, your needs, your nonprofits, and share it up with their friends on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever. And then you guys can follow up and thank them as well, and kind of get that conversation going, especially if you've got a really big campaign and a lot of people are interested in it. You can start to talk about it more and more, and you'll see a lot of comments down through here. Lastly, here about this campaign is again this big longer story where you can put a lot more text in there. You can put a few more pictures, stuff like that, and then this is another link back to the nonprofit, so folks can go back to it if they want to. So that's campaigns. Pretty straightforward stuff. Let's go into one of the needs. And again, this will look very, very similar to what you saw before. Name, attention getter, sharing, slideshow information. If you've had donors, we'll list the donors here so you can see the donors for this need. How much longer this need is open, and this is how you donate to the need from here. From these other pages, you can donate to the need. Go back to this one, and I can show you. Anybody can donate to multiple needs through here. You can click here. It'll come up and show you what you're donating to, how much do you want to donate, and we give some pre-filled options, or else they can select other. And then this tells you whatever you select, how that will help. So I select $11. You'll see here there's just a little bit left. If I select all of it, your donation will meet the goal. So it's really cool. And then you can donate to multiple things. You can go through and select as many things as you want. We put it in your donation basket, your giving basket. So again, let's go back to the needs. A couple other interesting notes here. As I told you before, gift givers, which are the donors. More community, so folks can talk about these needs. Similar needs are other needs that are in the same campaign. So if somebody comes to a need and they want to go, hey, what's something similar here I can go ahead and knock out? They can go here, click it, and do that. So let me select one of those and show you guys what I'm talking about as far as the giving basket. So I can add and continue giving, or add and check out. I'm going to add and continue giving. So you'll see here, as soon as I do this, the number bumps there, and then I've got one in my giving basket. And if I want to give one more thing here, pretty simple stuff. I'll go here, I'll go ahead and close that out, and I'll check out. And then when it comes up, you'll see the giving basket is very similar to a lot of the other shopping sites out there. You'll have all the things in your giving basket. You can go back to them if you want. You can remove them if you want, but it gives you the total. And then you can proceed to check out. And when you proceed to check out, this is where the donors will enter their critical information: name, credit card number, billing address, and then email address. Very simple. We don't ask them to enter a lot of stuff. And then they can complete it. We don't store any of their credit card information locally. It's stored only up in our credit card processor, so we're fully PCI compliant. You can see here PCI compliant, GoDaddy certified because we're SSL. We have an SSL certificate, so it's a very secure transaction, and we've gone through a bunch of the certifications to make sure that the donor's credit card information is safe. So after you complete the donation, the donors will receive a receipt from the nonprofit. The donors will then see a receipt page. The receipt will be emailed to them as well. And you can customize that receipt if you're in the Plus or one of the schools as far as pricing levels. You can customize the text you want to put in there, how you want to thank them. If you want to put in your 501c3 number, you can do that and say this is your tax receipt. But this is the easy way to do it here. The other thing to note is if a goal's been met on a need, all the donors for that need will receive an email congratulating them for meeting a goal of the need. So it's a really cool way that we try and thank the donors for what they do and every step of the way. So that's the public side. Oh, one more thing I want to show you that's pretty cool. Let's go back to Adopted Baker for Good. We have something that we call GiFTgive TV, and GiFTgive TV is a cool product that allows you, if you've got a Wi-Fi TV or just a computer at your front desk, or you have a show that you want to do, you can put GiFTgive TV up, and donors can, if they're walking by and they say, oh, hey, here's some needs that they have available. Well, here's a couple that have goals been met, but they've got a few more things. Looks like this thing needs to be completed, and this thing needs to be completed. Then this will tell the donors, hey, you can scan here to donate with their cell phone, or they can go to this URL to donate. So this is a real cool way to have a nice big billboard in your front desk area or at a volunteer event or remote event, and this is a really cool marketing feature that we've put in for you guys. So hope you enjoy it. If you have some colors, it'll be really nice with your color schemes. So that's a pretty cool feature that that a lot of our nonprofits are starting to use. All right, so that is the public side of the app. I think you guys saw everything there. So let's go into the administration side of GiFTgive. And actually, first, let me sign up the nonprofit. Let me sign you up a nonprofit and show you what you'll get when you sign up as a nonprofit. So first, you can sign up through various links on our site. I'm going to go ahead and sign up there. And I'm going to call this organization Jovi's Homeless Helpers. And I'm just going to put in my home address. And let's see here, some of my information. I'm going to put my email address. There you guys, my email. Put my phone number. All nonprofit administrators need to enter in their phone number, password. Enter a 6-character password minimum. And then lastly, if you want to continue to get our weekly newsletter, you can click there or unclick if you don't. And then this is a little verification so we know that you're not a robot. And that's that. Let's sign up. I'll show you what it looks like. There you go. So we're signed up. And let me show you, I'll be receiving an email in just a few seconds, and I'll show you that welcome to GiFTgive email. But when you first sign up, you'll also see this little information about what we're all about. Welcome. Talks a little bit how to contact us if you want to contact us. And then we start you off with a few things that you need to complete to be successful. So if we go over here, I'll show you welcome to GiFTgive. You'll get an email from us talking to us about what's going on. Here's some instructions on how to get started, and welcome. So we'll go back here, and this is what you would see. And then here's some steps to complete to be successful on GiFTgive. First, finish setting up your nonprofit with a logo, with attention getter, all that. Add some needs, and then market to your donors. It's as simple as those 3 steps. And once you set those up, it'll give you a complete along the way. So it gives you a little checklist along the way as you're going to get first signed up. But let's get into a nonprofit that I've already signed up, because I know that nonprofit has all the right pricing. So I could show you all the features. All right, so this is my test nonprofit, Baker for Good. And when you first log in to the nonprofit administration side, sorry, I keep leaving small things out that are helpful. So, of course, to sign in, you click that sign in link. If you can't remember your password, it's as simple as type your password here. We'll send you instructions to reset it. So, pretty easy, pretty standard stuff there. But I wanted you to make aware because I forget passwords all the time. I don't know about you guys. So when you first come in, it's pretty easy. It's pretty helpful information for you right here on your dashboard. What donations, the last 10 donations that you've had on your site. What needs that you currently have available. It says here I've got 71 total needs, but only 4 are available for donations, so I probably need to create some more. And then campaigns. And then these are quick links to the donation report, to needs, and to campaigns. So let me go over and start with campaign setting, or I'm sorry, nonprofit settings. This is where you set up your critical information about your nonprofit. And pay special attention to the way this looks because a lot of our settings screens look this way, so they'll be real easy for you to, the needs screen looks this way, the campaign screen. So it'll be real easy because once you do set something up in one place, you'll be able to set it up all throughout. So for the nonprofit itself, the key areas here, and I'll get back to these up here in a second. Name, if you want to edit something, we go ahead and just give you that, we call it inline editing, so you can edit right there and you can cancel or save. When your nonprofit was created, and then the basics, upload a logo, do that attention getter, 255 characters there is the max. This is your GiFTgive custom address that we talked about before, and then this is where you would create some categories. And we've put some really cool categories out there already for you, where if you click it, you can see the categories that we have. If you don't see one that you need, contact us and I'll add it for you. No problem. Just take me a second. So you see there, and I'm added and good to go. The next is a story. This is where we add those video and images. And video and images are simple as putting your YouTube URL here, your Vimeo URL. If you've got a video, you can upload from your local machine, any of these types. Or if you've got something local on Flickr, or if you've got something on your website already that you want to add, you can just put the link to it here, and we'll display it for you. And then the story, this was the other one that we talked about, the longer text, and we put some notes in here on tips for telling a good story. But you see here, it looks a little bit like a word processor. You can bold things, italicize, you can put more remote images or links in there. So you can do a lot more with this than the attention getter, and that's that area on the right hand side on the public page. So you can put a whole long story in there if you'd like. Lastly, remember that website link I was telling you guys about that we link back to your website that helps give donors more information? That's right here. This is where you would just put that right there. Thank yous, we'll come back to this in a second, but there are three key messages to donors that we send out a canned response to them. The receipt just has their transaction information and what they donated to, and a thank you, very simple thank you message. Need successful is very similar, just has the need that was successfully funded and a thank you message. Need unsuccessful is a need that someone donated to, but they didn't donate the full amount, and then time ran out. So we send a thank you for donations, but the goal wasn't successfully met there. So this is where you can set up you can override the ones that GiFTgive gives you out of the box, and you'll do that over in this Thanks tab, and we'll get to that in just a second. Team, this is where you can add more folks to help you. If you're a school, maybe you add your teachers here to help you, and they'll be able to log in and create needs and do whatever you want them to do, create campaigns, administer. If you've got, maybe you're a principal of a school, and then you've got some other volunteers that are helping you, you can create them here to help you. Addresses, you probably won't see this a lot of times. We have a secondary feature that only a few folks use that if folks pay for that service, we'll actually fulfill the need from Amazon for them and ship it right to them. So that's an additional monthly cost. And then this is if they've got multiple shipping addresses. Optional settings, pretty important stuff here. The transaction report, this is a report that we send all of the admins of the nonprofit. And we'll either send the report immediately, and it's in the email form. And we'll send it immediately when a transaction occurs. We'll send it or daily, or we'll send a weekly one with everything that happened in the week. So you choose which one you want here. I think the default is weekly. But it's just a good way for you to keep up with what's going on. Some folks want to know immediately. Time zone, this is for date and time on the receipts. So this is important to let your donors know kind of where you are as far as time goes, and also kind of helps them through if they're in Eastern and you're in Pacific, and you have a midnight close. Well, that's not midnight to them in the Eastern time zone. So this just helps that. And then that general cash button. Remember when I was telling you to add a general cash button? Well, let's do it here. Let me show you what this looks like. So you see there's that general cash button right there. So let me get back real quick to these up here. QR code, this is just generates one of those 3D barcodes in a image format that you can right click and download from your browser if you want to put, and it's always this URL. So if you want to generate that and then send it to your printer to put on mail, or do whatever you want to do, maybe put it on a poster, you can do that. And then preview mode, you'll see this on all the levels. It's just a real quick way for you to click and view your nonprofit, and as you make changes, you can refresh here and see your changes to see how they look to the donors. The only difference is if you're in preview mode, you can't do any donations. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy. But that's nonprofit settings. I think it's pretty straightforward, and let's move on to needs. So after you set up your nonprofit, the next step will be to set up some needs. And needs, are we've done a few things to try and make them as easy as possible. Maybe even we've helped you ahead of time and created some needs for you. But there's this will list this all needs will list every need in your nonprofit, and then there's 4 statuses of needs. It's either pending, which means you haven't published it to the donors yet. It's open for donations. It's ended, which means it's either had its goal met or its time is ended out. And then archived. If you try to delete a need that has transactions or donations against it, we don't let you delete it. We archive it off to the side because we don't want to lose the record of the donations that occurred. So you won't use that as often, but these 3 will be real important to you. And then the other thing here you'll notice are, here's all the campaigns you've created, and when you click on one, it filters the needs by the campaigns. Gives you a little bit of information on the campaigns, lets you select different needs in the campaigns, create a new need in this campaign, do some marketing things like circular and email template, and then you can edit your campaign here as well. But first, let's get back and let's create a need. We'll get to campaigns in a second. So let's create a need. Create a need, and there's 3 really different ways to 3 different ways, very easy, but different ways to create a need. One, I want to create a need that's available on Amazon, and we'll give you a search so you can search. Let's say you have baby formula. Search Amazon, and it grabs back the top search results from Amazon. And then if you want to limit ones that have super saver shipping, you can do that, or just find the one. I know a lot of the homeless shelters that we work with, they're very specific about the brand, and so I'll just select that, and we just created the need for you with the name, with some key information about the need. You have to enter the quantity. Say here I want to have 5 of them, and then we calculate what the shipping would cost and sales tax. And then this is what it would be to the donor. The donor would be responsible for $102.78. So this is the ultimate goal for this need. The reason we add shipping and credit card charges, and then there's the GiFTgive fee, whether it's the $15.85, $14.85, or $19.85. We add all those and forward those on, in this case, to the donor, so that when the goal is fulfilled, we send you the amount that you can go right to Amazon and purchase it for. So you don't have to worry about anything else. You'll have the exact amount ready to purchase it on Amazon. I've got to create a quantity there for this to be successful. And then priority, high, medium, low. This just helps in sorting. There's a priority sort order for donors. So if they say they want to see high priority first, you can put a few things at high priority and it'll pop to the top. Attention getter. I'll just put something simple. And as soon as I finish each section on the need, it tells me, hey, you're done there. Click next. And you'll see here we added the image from Amazon for you, so you don't have to worry about an image here. We got that taken care of. And then description is optional. If you've got a bigger need, maybe some folks have put vans up there and got donations for a van or to paint something. You can put more information here, but for stuff like baby formula, it's pretty self-explanatory, so no need to do that if you don't want to. The next step is pick your start and end dates, and the maximum duration for a need is 1 year, but we recommend no longer than 45 days because you want that sense of urgency with your donors. And you'll see even sites like eBay have a 60-day max. So 45 days is a pretty common successful time for most crowdfunding platforms out there. But I'm going to go ahead and create this one to be just a few months old, a few months long. It's going to go ahead and start today, end on August 31st, and I think we're good. So good. And we save the duration, and it's ready to go. And the last step is to publish the need. And you may ask yourself, well, why do I also have to click a button to publish it? Well, some folks may want to set that up, but may want to hold off on publishing it for a while. So I'm going to hold off on this for a second. Also, when you've got 2 levels of users in GiFTgive, you've got a nonprofit admin, which are the main folks that are going to administer your site, and then you've got nonprofit users, maybe a volunteer, maybe somebody helping, that you don't want to have access to everything. Well, nonprofit users cannot publish needs, so this is just a security, kind of a secure way for you to have a checkpoint on all the needs before they go out in front of your donors. So I'll publish that in a second. And then there's some optional settings. Can it be copied? I'll go into that in a second. And then you can override those custom messages that we talked about earlier for the nonprofit at the need level as well. If you want to have a custom need message, you can do that right here. So pretty easy, simple stuff there. If you want to duplicate a need, you can. And what duplicate means in this case is any of the needs, you can just click on it and create a brand new need. The only thing that won't be there will be the start and end date will be blank. And so this is a good way for you if you've got a closed need that didn't get fulfilled. Just duplicate it and you can reopen it. So very simple, easy way to do that. There's the QR code that I showed you before, and preview. This is really helpful here because you won't be able to see this need publicly because it's not published yet. But if I hit preview, I can go in and take a look at it, and you'll see it's not available for donations, but I can see what it looks like to the donors. All right, so let me go back. I could publish by just clicking here, and this guy would be ready for donors. But let me go back and show you a couple other cool things that we do here. We have some actions down here that you can do. You can edit a need, duplicate a need right from here, so you don't have to go in and click into it to do it. I can also publish for needs that are ready to go but just haven't been published yet. I can just do published. Now it's gone from there, and it's over here, right there, ready to go. For open needs, again, you can do all that. You can delete needs too from these guys. You can delete a need here if you want. Now, needs that are ended, this is a really cool feature that we just added that I think will be really, really helpful for you guys. Needs that are ended, if it's a need that's up on Amazon, we give you a fulfill link. And what this will do is, let's say you've created a whole bunch of these needs from Amazon. GiFTgive has sent you the check. Now you want to order them. Well, you don't want to go hunting around for them. So what we've done is a real easy way for you to add them to your own Amazon shopping cart and check out from there. And if you have Amazon Prime, you'll have them in 2 days. So it's a really simple way to do that. And then if you want to price compare, we also, if there's a UPC number associated, we do a search for that UPC on Google, and you can do price comparisons too. So if you see here, if I click that, it'll look up everything for that UPC, and in a lot of cases, you'll be able to that one come through. In a lot of cases, you'll be able to see the different prices. There's the one for Amazon. There's that one there. And then if you want to click it on Amazon, you go right in here, and it all you have to do is, now you're on Amazon, you can add it to your cart and check out, and you're ready to go. So I think this is going to be a really helpful thing for you guys that as soon as you receive that check, want to get these things in as soon as possible. So, all right, so let's create another need. The cash need is very similar to except we don't do a lot of the work for you. You have to enter your own name. Let's say I want to paint the ceiling. And I create my need, and it comes up just like you saw before, all the same things that you need to create here. The difference on this cash need, one big difference is there's a lot of flexibility in your goal. It's not just quantity as you had before. You can make it amount based or quantity based. Amount based is I just need, and here's some examples: 800 to paint a rec area, 3,000 to paint the church, 25,000 for a new van. Or you can go down the lines of saying, no, I want to give 200 meals to the homeless, or 2,000 bricks for a capital campaign. Or one of our homeless nonprofits does $100 pledges. They're called 100 for the Homeless. And for each $100 pledge, the person receives a t-shirt. So this is a real cool way to almost sell the donation as a quantity based. And then the donors, they won't pick an amount. They'll pick the quantity that they want to buy. The next one, the next setting is add fees to the goal or don't add fees to the goal, and we'll take it off the bottom. And what this means, let's say my goal is $100, and it's a cash, it's a amount-based goal, and I want to. If I want the donors to see it with the fees, then this is what the donors would be responsible for. But if I just want to put a flat number out there, this is what the donors would see. Now, in this case, if you do this, if the goal is successfully met, you'll receive a check for $100. In this case, if the goal is successfully met, you'll receive a check for $78-ish, $79-ish dollars. So it's just a little bit of flexibility for how you present this to your donors. And lastly, you can continue to take donations after the goal's met, or you can close donations as soon as the goal's met. Some folks want these things to keep going on until their end date, and some just want to close it out as soon as the goal's met. So there's some flexibility there too. So I think we picked some good stuff there. And again, priority, attention getter, story, publish the same, optional settings are the same. Everything's set up the same way there. So lastly, there's one other feature here, and it's I want to search all needs on GiFTgive and copy a need that has already been created. This is really helpful if you don't even know where to get started. Let's say you want to do toilet paper or baby formula, and you're like, I don't even know where to get started. Do you think somebody else out there has done it and done it very cleverly? Well, let me check. Let me type baby formula and see what other... And there's one out there. My attention getter really wasn't the greatest, but you get the idea. And then you can copy. You can copy this need, and it's like duplication, except when you're copying this need, it's probably on somebody else's website. Now you can turn needs off so they're not copyable, and that was that option in the on the need other settings panel that you can turn that off. So, all right. So let's get into campaigns a little bit. Again, what I told you guys before, campaigns they're just a collection of needs. They're pretty easy to get your head around. Just say, I'm doing this by grade. I'm doing this by time-based. Maybe it's back to school and Christmas and Easter. There was some homeless group that we worked with that did it by their location. So you can really do anything you want there. It's just a way for you to market a collection of needs or tell a story about a collection of needs. And so when you create a campaign, it's as simple as going here. Let's go Jovi back to school. And when I create the campaign, this is going to look really familiar to you. Here it is. Attention getter, your custom address, available to public, attention getter, video and images, story, categories, and cache button. We didn't have all the tabs here because there weren't that many settings, so I made it real simple. You can see here too what the status is. You can delete, that QR code thing that we talked about. You can preview. And then these are two other marketing features that I'll talk to you about up in this marketing, but these are just quick links to do that as well, where you can print out a circular and maybe have those as handouts to volunteers or at your front desk. And then this is a way to generate a really cool email template that you can upload into any of your tools like Constant Contact, MailChimp, if you're using Razor's Edge, any of those you can upload it. Just upload simple HTML up there. So that's campaigns, and like I told you before, when you create that, you'll see what needs are associated with. You can do some quick links here. You can edit it. You can create a new need right in this campaign. If you've got one campaign that you're always coming back to creating needs to, you can just select it and then start creating them right there. And then lastly, if you've created a campaign but you've got some needs out there too that you've already created, you just select needs and campaign, and you can search for that need, click it, save, and then that need will be part of this campaign. I'll just select a few of them here. There we go. There we go. There's a couple open, one pending. There you go. So now I've got some needs in my campaign, and when my campaign gets published, my donors will be able to see it, no problem. Guys, that's the most complicated part of the system, and it's pretty straightforward. If you see any areas where that are confusing or not straightforward, definitely reach out to us and I'll get them fixed. But we've gone through this a bunch of times with a lot of our customers, and they get these going pretty quickly for them. All right, so the 3 big steps: update your settings, create your needs, market to your donors. A very smart businessman, sales guy that I know, one time told me that folks can't buy what they don't know about. So just because you create the needs and put them out there, your donors aren't gonna know how to donate to them if they don't know that they're out there. So marketing is critical, very, very critical to get and to try a bunch of different things. And we have another full session called Marketing 101 that's up on our GiFTgive101 website, that you'll be able to get into a lot more detail on how to market and what some important things to do, frequency and reach, and some other things that'll help you if you've never done a lot of marketing before. But what I'm going to go through are just some of the features that we offer in marketing. So you click marketing, and very simply, there's 4 features on this first tab to direct market, where you can generate these QR codes. These are just quick links to do that. You can do it, they would be the same QR codes that you had generated on the other ones. Circular. So this is a way for you to generate these printouts, and you can see here this one is really beautiful because we included the logos and pictures. And so let's go to one. Let's go to adopted school teachers. I'll build the circular, and I can put a little bit of information here. I can include both pending and open needs in case you want to print these out before needs get opened. You can, and this is where priority would help you too, if you want to put certain things to the top. And then if you want to include QR codes for all the needs, you can, but we do put a QR code in there for the campaign itself. And then when you print this guy out, you'll see here's all the needs available in this campaign. There's that text I put in there, and I can change that if I'd like. Folks will be can easily see here that they go here to donate, or they can scan this on their phones, and it'll go to this URL on their phone, and they can donate. So we think this is a really simple way. We've started to see folks do this. To print this, it's really simple. Just from any browser, Chrome, Firefox, IE, you can just go here and do a print. And with all browsers nowadays, you can either generate a PDF file and then send this off to a printer, or you can just print this off yourself if you've got a nice color printer. You can do a landscape, make sure you do things in color, headers and footers, and this will print this in color. And then if you've got a cool color printer, this will go off and it'll look really good. This isn't a color printer, that's why it's black and white, but it'll look really good and we've seen this used in several volunteer events very successfully. All right. Close that one. Email template. It prints out a really cool, allows you to generate email, really cool email. Let me go back. Let me click one that has some information on it. Build email template. Again, you figure out what you want to add, and then you can generate it. You can preview what it'll look like. This one has all this information on it. And then what you do is we'll give you the HTML for this. You'll import it up into your third-party email template, and then when donors receive this, they'll see all this. They'll see how much the needs are. They'll be able to click to view, and when they click it, it'll go right to the site where that need is. So, or right to the site where that campaign is. So it's a really helpful way for you to send these really cool emails to your donors. The next one here is email signature, and I know I send hundreds of emails a day, so I don't ever want to forget that I can put a little tagline at the bottom of all my emails to link back to some important things about GiFTgive. Well, you guys may want to do that with your nonprofit. So what we do is we give you a real simple way to build an email signature. You type some stuff in here, you click it, and then you can cut and paste this text right into your email signature line, and then folks, every email that goes out, they'll know how they can give to your nonprofit. All right, the next step, social media. Social media, you guys know, it's really where all nonprofits are moving. Most nonprofits now have a Facebook page. They have a website and a Facebook page. A lot of them have Twitter pages. So what we do here is something we call Automagic. You set up what events you want to automatically post, whether a need is just opened, a campaign just opened, a need's closing in a few days, a need was successfully funded to kind of celebrate, donations over a certain amount, again for celebration and to let your donors know things are happening on your site. And then you link to your Facebook account and your Facebook page or your Twitter page for your nonprofit. And then when these events occur, we'll post to your page for you automatically. And we've seen so much really good success by this, because this is truly a set it and forget it. If you set this up and let it go, the more things that happen on your site, the more traffic and content will be generated socially for you guys, which generates more energy, more enthusiasm, more publicity for your nonprofit. And this is really literally a 5-minute setup thing, and it could work really, really well for you. The next one is add to your website. And we give you 3 ways to really promote your GiFTgive site on your website. You can do it with either a donate button on your website or a new way to give. We've seen multiple nonprofits do that with either a GiFTgive button here or a new way to give button here. And these are some examples of what folks have used in the past. You can do it any way you want, but just note, here's your site. And so whoever's doing your website for you, you tell them, hey, create me a really cool button or a really cool banner. Here's some other examples of some cool banners some folks have done, and then use this URL when people click on it. The last way to put it on your website is something we call GiFTgive Live, and it's a really cool feature. It will put live needs on your site by just having your web developer put these 2 lines of code at a specific place on your site. And so rather than folks looking at your site and then clicking the button and then searching for GiFTgive, they can look at needs right on your site. And this is a really cool embedded way to do it. YouTube has done this so well. You see YouTube videos all the time now in a lot of different places. Well, this is a way for you to do that with your needs. And you can do all needs. You can do a specific campaign with needs. And you have some different options here of how to sort it, what kind of width you want to use. Do you want to show this header and footer? And then as you click stuff, you'll see things. It looks how it will look on your site. And then once you're done setting it up, like I said before, just give these 2 lines of code to your web developer, put them on your website, and GiFTgive is live on your site. All right, that's marketing. It's pretty easy, pretty simple stuff. Like I said, Marketing 101, we'll get into more detail here. So that'll be later on. Or you can go through that video later on. Thanks. This is the place where you set up those custom messages to thank your donors. You can set up those receipts, those need successful, those need unsuccessful. And this is only available to folks in the Plus plan or the Schools plan. So if you don't see this, that's why. You can also, let's go into that. You can create your custom message. It's very simple. Just give it a name, what message type, and then you can put anything you want in here. You can format it up. If you want to embed a thank you video that you've uploaded to YouTube, you can do that as well, so that your donors will click on it and see a thank you message right from you or right from your principal or your president. And it's just another way to thank them and have a more personal thank you. And then you can override those all the way. And then if one of these is linked to your nonprofit as a default, we'll show you that there. And then you can delete these, edit these, change these all around. One other cool feature here is you can send donors a secondary email if you want to thank them. Let's say somebody gave you a really big donation. Well, if you find that here, let's see this one. Let's say this was a really large donation. I could click that, and then I could send all the donors for that need a specific thank you message, a second thank you message. It's just another way to really give that personal thank you to donors. All right, so the last thing here is reports. And reports are just really simple information things for you guys. Here's where you run a report on all donations that have occurred for your nonprofit on a system. And you can export this into a format that you can upload in case you have a donation management tool. But when you run it, let's say here, let's go a couple months back so I've got some donations. Yep, there's some donations. I have a little bit of information here, but when I export it, I'll have the full donor information, name, address, email, so you can upload that into your donor management software as well. But this is just a real cool way for you to track specifically what's been going on. Payment reconciliation is a newer report that we've just put in place. Now, depending on your pricing plan, you receive a check from us for donations either twice a month or once a month. And you may want to come back and say, well, why did I receive a check for X amount? Or when was the last check I received? Well, if you do this payment reconciliation, this will show here when a need closes and then the amount that's due to you guys from the need. It'll also list here if we sent you a check recently. I don't know if we've done any checks to this. This is, again, our test site, so there may not be any. Oh yeah, there's payout. And it'll have check number and all the good info in there for the check. So this is just a way for you to reconcile. I just received a check for $700. What needs were closed from that, and it's just a helpful way for you to help kind of reconcile what's going on there. Close needs is just a tool that allows you to run a report on all the needs that have closed in the past, in this case 2 months, and see where their goals met, how many were sold, what kind of donations. So again, another type of reconciliation, but lets you see what needs are closed, if their goals were met, things like that. So you can also you can go back to these guys and maybe try to fulfill those guys later. And again, at every level here, you can do an export to a CSV in case you need this information. So that's the admin side of things. There's one other thing on admin for all users that they can do, and they can update their own profile information, their name, their email, they can change their password. Street address and phone number are important because we need to know how to get in contact with you if something's going on, or if you've contacted us and didn't leave a phone number, or we can't get in touch with you email. It's important to have the phone number there. And then if you want to have your own little logo, you'll see there's me doing some skiing. And then that'll be up here when you log in. So that's it. That's GiFTgive, and that's how you set up GiFTgive. Those are the big features of GiFTgive. That's how your nonprofit gets set up and is successful. A couple things to note that are very important, and I want you guys to understand we're here for you anytime you need us. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day of the week. We are available. That's Eastern time. But we're available. We'll try and get back to you if we're busy. We definitely get back to you in 1 or 2 hours. But the ways to reach us, just find this contact or help link at the bottom, and here's all our information. support@giftgive.com is our email. There's our phone number. If you want to drop us a snail mail, you can. But on all of our pages, we also have this chat. And this is where you can introduce yourself and then tell a little bit about, including your email, and ask us a question. And we're monitoring this most of the day, but if nobody's on monitoring it, the person who's doing the regular support will get an email, and we'll be able to help you as soon as it comes up. So don't ever hesitate. Another thing that's really helpful is all throughout our site, we've got help buttons right there. You'll see that go to specific help on specific pages. Click those if you need more information on a page. There's a link to GiFTgive101. That's where this training session will be uploaded. There's that marketing your needs session I was telling you about. So don't hesitate. We have a FAQ here from help. You can get to our frequently asked questions page here that has a lot more information about what's going on and what we're all about. So there's a lot of information out there, but we're also here for you anytime you need us. Remember, nights and weekends, 9 to 9 every day of the week. So it doesn't matter when you're working, we can help you out. So that's it. That's GiFTgive. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have really successful campaigns and needs on our site, and that all of your needs get fulfilled. So with that, I'll let you guys go, and happy gifting. Take care. Bye.